another video today. Again, for the people that don't know me, I'm Matthew Khalil, and this is Ozzie with me from CMG Financial.
How you guys doing?
And today we're going to be talking about tips and tricks and whatnot that you need in lending and why you need to use, a preferred lender that works really closely with your agent just to keep, that deal together. The mortgage lender is pretty much the guy that can make or break a deal in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
For example, in this last deal that I was working on about a week ago, I was working with a lender that I didn't know personally, and neither did the buyer's agent. Pretty much nobody had some sort of contact with this lender other than the buyers themselves. And, I can't reach out to the buyers directly. I would have to go through their agent. Their agent doesn't even know much. So it's like there was no source of contact between the lender and the agents, like the buyer's agent. So, that deal was going to go south many times other than, me calling the lender and telling him, hey, put me on a three-way call with, the buyers and let's figure this out. He wasn't motivated and, he was a real estate agent and a lender at the same time. So it's like you have to stick to one craft. You cannot, put your hands in both pockets, get the most out of one thing.
Right.
So I'm going to have Ozzie explain to you why you need a preferred lender and, how that makes and breaks a deal in certain circumstances.
Excellent. Well, first off, I want to thank Matthew for allowing me to sit here with you guys and to share all the information I have. And just a quick overview about myself. I'm Ozzie with CMG Financial. I've been in this industry for the last 7 years. I'm an MBA in finance, and quite frankly, this is what I love to do. My goal is to get people into homes, because again, I understand how important it is to be a homeowner and how that plays a huge part when it comes to generational wealth. And just to answer your question directly, yes, it's very important to have a preferred lender. And here's why. It's all about accountability, right? So let's say you're a team player in soccer, football, whatever the case is. You guys have one goal, right, as a team, and it's to win a match or to win a game. And by holding each other accountable in certain circumstances will help you get to that goal sooner rather than later, right? So yes, just to answer this question, yes, you definitely need a preferred lender, and here's why. A, communication. In case a realtor has a question with a preferred lender, like Matthew and I right now, he can really send me a text and say, hey Ozzie, what's going on with this deal, so on and so forth. And I'll get that answer addressed to him immediately. That way he can keep his customers, essentially, they can be more comfortable with where the process is, right? Additionally, when it comes to just learning the process about buying a house, yes, having a preferred lender will actually allow the customers to reach out to me directly so that they can get up-to-date information as to where the home is in that home financing process, right? Third, but certainly not least, is just the teamwork, the camaraderie that you have with your preferred lender, right? If something wants to go on, my first thing is to reach out to my preferred realtor, which is Matthew right here, and I'll let them know what the situation is and how we can overcome any obstacle that will come our way. So to answer your question, yes, it is very, very important to have a preferred lender. And furthermore, yes, we did share his experience with this other lender that he was working with. It was a nightmare. I don't know, the real estate, the appraisal was off, whoever was pre-approval, as in it was a fight, you know what I mean? And the only way to make sure that we cross that goal as far as handing the keys to the new homeowners, we will do whatever it takes, you know what I mean? But yeah, so to answer your question directly, yes, it's very, very important to have a preferred lender, and it's all because, again, hey, we have one goal, and that's to get that customer into their next house.
And also, I'm going to try and insert some clips between text messages between me and this lender guy that I was working with. And of course, I'm going to blur out his information and whatnot, but he would not respond to my texts for days. I would be like, update, question mark, nothing. What's going on with the appraisal? Because the appraiser calls me and is like, you need to do this, this, and this. He doesn't even let me know what is going on. I'm pretty much the loose end of this deal at one point because I don't know where this deal stands. And it came to the point where I would have to leave class at 10 p.m., go work on repairs at this property just to make sure this deal closes because this guy gives me the appraisal 4 or 5 days after it was done, and closing is in 48 hours. So it was a nightmare trying to get it done, and that's why if you just stick to a preferred lender, it costs you guys nothing as a client to stick with a preferred lender. If anything, it will benefit you guys in certain aspects. For example, we offer credits off of concessions and closing costs and whatnot. There's many deals for different people's situations where it will benefit you to use our preferred lenders since we already have a connection built with those people.
That's very true. That's very true. And just to add what he said previously, now the loan officer who he was working with was wearing two hats, right? He was an agent and an LO, which stands for loan officer, right? Now here's the thing, as you said. There was too many things going on. He had to deal with his client's representation issues, and as well he has to deal with the bank. You know what I mean? So again, there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to buying a house. And one thing I should add is right now the real estate market is hot, as we all know, right? And we have a lot of new loan officers in this industry, and they will take on applications or contracts that they don't even know how to navigate through.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So again, right now the most important thing is get a preferred realtor, and that realtor, it's very, very advantageous for them to have a preferred lender because communication is key, and the customer will have at least some peace of mind knowing where the application is at all times.
Exactly.
And again, you said that you used to send him text messages and he didn't even respond. Like, come on guys, we're in the 21st century now. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to draft up a text message. There's no reason why a text message should last over 24 hours, There are circumstances, right? Maybe he was sick or...
He would dodge my calls as well. So it was like dodge call, dodge text, emails, nothing, no response.
Right. Again, that's the way he does business. That's not the way I do business. Again, I keep my clients first and also my realtors partners first. And yes, as for what you mentioned about seller concessions and credits, yes, once we have a preferred realtor relationship with a lender, there are some benefits to that. Yes, we can compete with other lenders out there. We can give you credits in order to alleviate some of your closing costs or your down payment. Again, and this is the information that I will provide to my customers once we're in communication. That way they can at least know where the application is in the process and how much money they can save.
Definitely. And then guys, so from my standpoint, seeing Ozzie work as a lender and whatnot, when I see him on a daily basis at the office and whatnot, he's always on the phones. He's always trying to figure out some stuff on a computer or something. He's always at the office working on loan applications and whatnot. So this guy wants to go show properties. He wants to be out of the office. He was putting this loan on the side. It wasn't his main focus where, stuff with loans pop out of nowhere. You could do underwriting and then, you need some things just pop up where you're like, hey, we need these immediately. And this guy wasn't, there to let us know, hey, we need these immediately. The close of escrow was delayed since it was supposed to close on January 30th. Then it was pushed to February 5th, I believe. And then again to the 10th. And then we eventually closed on Friday.
Yeah.
So it was a nightmare. We could have cured him a few times, and whatnot. But it's just for my clients and the benefits of, the buyers and whatnot, we don't like doing stuff we don't need to do. But at the same time, we'll do whatever it takes to get the deal done. It's called being relentless, like Carl would say.
That's right. And also, you should share that story you told me about, the appraisal, right? You went out there on a Sunday to help fix a wall, whatnot. Share that.
No, it's crazy. So with the appraisal, pretty much, they get the appraisal. He comes out, checks out the property. And then he sends back to the lender, a few things need to be corrected until you guys are able to get FHA financing on this property. And then again, like I said, lender didn't give it to me immediately. He gave it to me a few days after the appraisal was done when, it was reaching our close of escrow. And then I didn't have time to call a handyman or call a company to come and, get it taken care of.
Right.
Because, my seller was already underwater on the deal. He was already coming out of pocket. He can't afford to hire somebody that's going to cost X amount, just because, to get the job done quicker.
Right.
So I had to go out. I didn't have to, but I went out of my time, took the time out of my day and went and bought some tools, whatever, from Home Depot, took whatever I needed, and then went and did the repairs myself, and made sure this deal was closed.
Right.
Appraisal came back again, didn't like the way some things were done, and then sooner than later we met to me, like, we had the meeting of the minds, or whatever you want to call it, and, you know, he signed off on it, got it done. After me going to that property about like 6 to 8 times, you know, in 1 week, by the time I have to finish, like, you know, a meeting in Scottsdale, go back to Santan Valley, go to class, go back after class. You know, it was a long process between go out, get repairs done on the property, in the matter of us to close escrow on our original 30th of January. But, you know, I held my end of the bargain, and I got what I said was going to be done. It was completely done. And then, of course, you know, the lender didn't, hold his end of the deal, and then it kept falling through until we eventually got this deal closed, you know, 16 days post the close of escrow day that was originally, you know, accepted and whatnot.
Right. And you know what? That goes to show you like how passionate Matthew is when it comes to this business. And that actually can relate to me, right? So imagine if you have a passionate agent and a passionate lender representing you guys. You know, the possibilities are endless, right? We will negotiate and we'll get you into that house, if, you know, whatever the cost may be. Yeah, he took it out of his way to go to our house on a Sunday to go do some patchwork on a wall. You know, what agent does that? There are some agents who do that, but they're far or few between. So again, having a strong agent and a strong lender behind the agent is very key. Yeah. And it comes again to accountability and also getting things done.
But yeah, so I'm gonna do one more little quick part. Also, like, this is the difference between, you know, a 3% agent and, you know, your discounted 1% agents that are gonna get the deal done.
Right.
You know, your 1% agent is not going to go out of their way to go and work on a property at midnight after, you know, a long day of work. They're not going to do that. And prove me wrong, okay? But also, this guy, the seller, he lived in California. He wasn't here in the vicinity of Arizona. So it's not like he could have came to the property and did the work himself, you know? Right. So it's like, if I didn't do the actions that I did in order to get this deal closed, it was never going to close. Because the appraisal was never going to appraise if the repairs were never done. And if I never went and got the patches done and the repairs done at the property, then, you know, my seller can't afford to go spend $5,000 or whatever the bill was going to be on, you know, a professional going to get it done.
Right.
So regardless, that's the difference between, you know, coughing up that extra 2% in order to make or break a deal in certain circumstances.
Wow. You know what? You know, he said it. You see what I mean? That's the difference between a good agent and a mediocre agent, right? Yeah, someone who's definitely willing to go above and beyond in order to secure a deal or just to, you know, help someone get into their, you know, their dream home.
Definitely.
And yeah, man. And again, as I said, being relentless. Yeah, that is very key. And you know, we have an awesome mentor, Carl Froome. You know, that's his. You know what I mean? Like that's what, you know, put him where he is today. He was relentless, you know, when his back's against the wall, you know, the only way was to move forward. And you know what? His story, if you've read about him, if you've seen him on YouTube or whatever.
Check out his YouTube channel.
Yes,
linked
definitely.
in the description below.
If you want motivation, guys, he will give you a lot of motivation.
He'll make you feel like you're not doing crap with your life, regardless of what your circumstances are.
This man does not sleep. This man does not sleep, and we have so much knowledge to gather from him. So shout out to Carl over there.
For sure, he's behind the camera, by the way. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and you know, take care.
Yeah,
appreciate it, Ozzie.
Once again, you know, this is Ozzie with CMG Financial. You guys, if you have any questions or concerns, or you want me to, you know, do a quick pre-call for you guys, you can reach me at 602-705-2058.
And his info will be linked in the description as well.
Hey, Matthew, thank you so much for inviting me, man. It was awesome talking to you. Sure. And you guys be safe and stay blessed out there.
Take care.